Sir Kyle has joined. We are so lucky.
Good times to be had.
What's up, gang?
Good, good. How are you?
How's the team doing?
Team is doing good. Looking for you, missing you in
Yeah, man. All right. I apologize profusely, man. Just being a mess of a person.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
It's good to be busy.
Praise God. Yeah.
So, praise to God. You wanted to tell some satanic jokes the other day.
What'd you say?
You wanted to tell some satanic jokes the other day.
I wanted to tell some satanic jokes.
Yeah.
You were telling the satanic jokes,
Okay.
man.
No, but you
Just
really,
you, just you, Atif.
yeah, I mean, I can turn on, but you really welcomed and you were really delighted to see my Temple of Satan, uh, you know.
Yeah, man. God is love, man. We love Satan. If you really love God, you gotta love Satan a little bit. He's,
Okay. Yeah.
he
He
just
was
he just
a
a nigga that fell.
Yeah, he was the high
Mm.
angel.
That's just the bro that fell. And
Yeah, he deserves some empathy, huh?
The bro fell. He not getting back up. That's the thing.
Mhm.
That's the bro that fell. He's like, I'm not getting back up, y'all.
Yeah. He's not gonna get redemption, you think?
I can't say that, but I just know, the whole people always say, if you fall, you got to get back up,
Right. Yeah.
and I think that's just a good example of a dude who fell and he's like, nah,
Yeah.
we gonna create seven deadly sins. Nah.
Mhm.
The
We just
sympathy
gonna
for
stay down.
sympathy for the devil, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who among us?
Yes. We can't live without devil. We cannot live without Satan because there is so much distraction, there is so much temptation around us.
Speaking of distraction, my boy Evan in the silk robe today.
Yes.
That's
Mr.
how you
Hugh
know it's 60
Hefner.
degrees.
I was
That's how,
recalled about Hugh Hefner's robe, the bunny, the Playboy bunny robe,
yo,
the red one.
Am I distracting you? I'm distracting you, aren't I, Kyle? It
um,
happens sometimes.
Yes.
you got it. I'm like, that's how you know it's 60 degrees.
Mm.
It's warm outside. The boy is
Wow.
in the silk robe, not the plush robe today. Today's the silk robe.
Right.
Spring has sprung.
Yes.
Praise God.
Yeah.
Mm.
I hope so. It's March, so March Madness should be.
Right, I heard that and daylight saving and stuff. It's moving fast, man. I wanted spring, but it still came a little faster than I thought.
Right.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
it gets me a little anxious. I get a little worried that it's this warm this quick. Just like
Hey,
November, was fucking hot. It was
Yeah,
pretty hot in November.
that's right. Yeah.
can't do nothing about it. I
Some.
remember when it first started happening, I was like, it felt like the seasons was just moving down,
Mhm.
right? Like winter was starting later.
Yes. They are
Uh,
actually.
um,
They are. That's what's
but
happening.
but now it seems like winter is just shrinking altogether.
Yes, in a way. But the thing is, you never know because sometimes last year I was feeling it was cold in June as well. Early 10, like the first 10 days, it was going random. So
See,
I went
that's
to
crazy.
water park and it was cold over there. So I said, what the fuck? The water
That's
Well,
park.
it
unsettling.
is like it's adding energy into the whole system. And so it's not just like, oh, it gets warmer. It's like there's more variability because
Yes,
there's more energy, so it goes up and down farther. So the variations like are extreme.
that
So
is
you
right.
can have some really extreme cold events too, just because of the
And it did happen actually.
climate
All
change.
these, all these.
Hopefully, that's a problem for our grandchildren.
Oh, oh, no, no, no.
Yeah,
Hopefully, Kyle gets to live it up. Kyle gets to live it up.
yeah. That's where the Satan comes, because all the fun people will be in hell.
Well,
Right, right, right.
contrast breeds a good podcast, I think. If
All the
if everybody's got the same opinions about things, it's not going to be interesting.
Yeah, all the enjoyment will be in hell, because
What's gonna be in hell?
all the fun will be in hell because heaven will
I
be
doubt
boring.
that, man. I
Boring.
doubt that. I doubt
No.
Heaven will be boring, you know.
Nah, nah.
Tell me what things will you find in
I
heaven?
think heaven, I think heaven is endless blowjobs.
See, that's where the hell came
Mm.
in.
No, no, no. That's what they. That's. I'll tell you, man. The devil is a lie, bro. They're telling you. You know that joke. You know that joke they say about that Trump joke where they're like, where he's like, "Which room do you want?" Do you know the joke I'm talking about?
No, 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 no.
Evan, you know this joke?
Mm.
Like Donald Trump goes to hell. I'm pretty sure he's the example that's used.
Uh-huh.
And like the devil's like, you know what? You're such a bad guy. Maybe it's Hitler, but you're
Okay,
such a
whatever.
bad guy. I'll let you choose which one you want. The first room, it's a guy getting whipped forever. It's like name a bad guy. I don't know, Stalin getting
Mhm.
whipped forever. The second room, it's I don't know, King Leopold or something, and he's getting his fingernails pulled out. They grow back instantly and then they get pulled out.
Right.
And then the third room is um Monica Lewinsky
Okay.
or I don't know, Hillary Clinton,
Okay.
and she's sucking off Hitler. I can't
You mean
I
Hawk
can't
Tuah,
do that.
right? The Hawk
Huh?
Tuah. You're doing Hawk Tuah on Hitler.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And Trump is like, okay, I'll take this room.
Okay.
And then he's like, and the guy's like, all right, Hillary, you can go.
Mm.
So Pakistan had a similar version, and they said that there were two ways going. When he went to the the door of heaven or hell, just the door, the intersection. So there were two ways going, and he saw that somebody saw that there was this horse cart with ladies, beautiful ladies, riding it, and he said this should be heaven. I would go there, and he goes there. Then there was this room, and he thought that this is the entrance to heaven. He opened the door, and there was this BBC, and he was ready to service him and say, "What the fuck was that?" He said, "That was our advertising department." So this is like a different spin on the same thing. But I think
Yeah, yeah.
all the cool, fun people will be there. Mick Jagger will be there in hell, and all the the ecstasies, the marijuana, the
I
heroin,
don't know,
like
man.
blowjobs. You say, I mean, you said it yourself. Blowjobs are a sin.
No, they're
Well,
not.
I mean,
No,
what's
they're
really
not.
the problem with that? Like inherent, like in psychologically for people, is not actually like sucking dick would be so terrible. It's actually that you would actually enjoy it, and in that way you would lose yourself, and it's almost like a fear that's similar to like dementia.
Uh-huh.
And that you lose your intrinsic self and you lose who you are.
I
Yeah,
don't
You
know, but
know.
we're
you're
we're
changing the
we're
dynamics. You're changing the mechanics of it. The anatomy of a hawk tuah is from the head to the balls, spitting on that thing, and
Yeah, but
sure,
but giving a blowjob,
yeah.
it's
sure,
not. You're
sure.
not. People aren't afraid that they would hate giving a blowjob. That's not what they're afraid of. What they're afraid of is that they would actually love it, and in
Right.
They
loving it,
still love it.
it would
Still
completely
love it.
change them.
Everybody loves blowjob. Everybody loves hawk
I
tuah.
mean,
No,
well, let me
giving a
clarify.
blowjob.
Oh,
You
giving a
love
blow.
giving
Let
a
me
blowjob,
clarify.
No, no,
Huck.
I don't, but I love receiving it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I
but
didn't mean.
yeah,
I
I
meant
like
like.
I like to go on down on women once in a while as well. Um,
But do you like going down? Do you like actually putting a penis in your mouth and
no, no,
sucking
no.
I
on
don't
it? Do you
think.
enjoy
The
that?
clit. I mean, according to my orientation,
No,
I
but a penis. Would
why?
you enjoy that?
But that's a mismatch. No,
No, it's not.
I
Lots of
mean,
It's
men
okay to say no,
like
T. So
penises.
just
the
say
thing
no,
is,
Just
Hatua.
say no.
the thing is, they should. Do you think there will be different, segments in heaven or hell for LGBTQ plus as well?
Yeah, man. I think it's your world. I think, I imagine it's whatever the person wants. And again, obviously, this is a little bit base thinking. I don't really think there's going to be personally, I don't really think there's going to be like, like an equivalency of humanity in hell. I mean, or heaven. You know what I mean? I don't think it'll be anything like this realm, personally. But that being said, if we were to just going with the analogy, I think everybody would, in my head, it'd be ecstasy for everyone. You know, I don't think hell would be this ecstasy and this this like hell raising. What do you call that? Like a rave or some kind of like party where it's like
Yeah, it should
all
be.
dark and like
The
I don't
song
think
Highway
that's
to
it.
Hell. The
I think
song
it's
Highway to Hell is so
excruciating
fun.
pain. I think it's excruciating pain. I mean, if there is a hell, I think there's excruciating pain, and I don't think it's like that at all. You know, it's not going to be a good time. You could ha blowjob doesn't have to be sinful. You know, like
What is a
there's a right way
what
and
is
a wrong way
pious?
to do everything.
What is a pious blowjob?
A pious,
Yes,
um,
like a chastity blowjob through the
you
cage.
know, one where everybody, I guess, is on the same page. You know, there's like Evan was saying, you know, there is a way for somebody to enjoy doing that. You know, I don't, but
There's a
I
there's
mean,
a case actually of a woman becoming pregnant from giving a blowjob.
yeah, it
yeah,
was.
send me the link to that. That's nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I'm
it
just
was in the
no,
news.
it's not nonsense. It's an
It was in the
actual
news.
medical
Yeah, yeah,
scientific case. She
yeah.
I mean,
gave a
send it to me. I'm
blowjob.
not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying like that's
I mean,
retarded.
if you can get pregnant without even a blowjob, then what's it shouldn't be a problem with a blowjob.
Yeah, man. You know, I don't believe in, you know, if we're going to go there, I don't really personally believe in a hell per se, you know. I just don't think I think everybody returns to light, you know. Nobody really asks to be here. It's a journey, it's a
I mean, in the morning there will be pain, definitely, just like hangover.
sure.
In the morning, in the hell or heaven, there has to be pain because what goes up must come down like a dick.
Yeah, but you know, this whole thing is a wave, you know, the way like you know, where this whole thing is an instant. So you could say the up and down is now, you know.
Yeah.
I I
It's
personally don't think
everything
there's
is
going to
cyclical
be
because if you want to enjoy drugs, you need to be, charged, uh, blood wise, and then and mentally as well if you are all awake. But if you are, still in ecstasy or bliss, you can't get much higher. And then if you try to get much higher, then you become Whitney Houston.
Well, from a technical theological perspective, it's heaven is a union
Mm.
with the divine consciousness, with God's love,
Okay.
and hell is a separation, a complete separation from God's love. And so, without God's love, that is hell, or and we can say in this material reality that we have some semblance of connection, but we're kept somewhat separate from it. But those moments that we find union with God's love are the most happy experiences, and when we're separated from God's love, that's the most terrible experiences.
yeah, that's more in line with something I can conceive, you know. Whereas it's not there isn't this genuine opposition. There is just one and unone, you
Mm.
know.
Hmm.
So
There's
this
just
is sounding
oneness,
this is sounding more comedic than I'm, trying to make this podcast funny.
you know.
This does not reconcile it. It doesn't
I
This
happen.
don't
is
know. Dante is pretty funny. You
the
know,
Inferno you're talking about?
Dante's Inferno is
Yeah.
hilarious.
I have no idea
I like in small doses.
right.
I just think it's very creative. I thought it was very creative and the different levels of stuff. I was like, this guy it was well done. I'd say that. But you know,
It
you got
reminds me a
got a
lot of like the Real
comedian.
Housewives.
What's real? You said Real Housewives is a level?
Yeah, yeah. It's just a bunch of shit talk, a bunch of gossip. He's gossiping about like his current like political and religious rivals, and he's like, this guy, what's gonna happen to him? Oh shit, he's going down, and he's gonna get like the finger. It's
I will
wild.
say,
It's
I
hilarious.
enjoy a good housewife, especially when you know you're with the girlfriend or the missus, or you got some girls over. I would never watch it on my own, but the housewife show sometimes it's quite entertaining, man. It's like bullshit and I hate it, but it's like sometimes it's like, what?
You got to check out the Bollywood Housewives, and it's the
Mm.
Bro.
most funny bullshit. it's so shitty that it is addictive,
Yeah,
And
I think I will need to try
yeah,
that
yeah,
because everything Indian culture
yeah.
I just find so entertaining, bro. Even down to like social media. I have a friend of mine who he just came back from India. He's Indian. He just came back from Indian, and he was like he brought his girlfriend home, who's white, and he was like they were basically chasing her through the streets,
Oh,
like,
like
and
for
I'm just like,
reparations?
huh?
For reparations?
No, no, because that's just so beautiful, blah blah blah. And in the black community, we kind of have similar issues, but it's nice to see another community have it worse a little
Right,
bit.
right.
I'm like,
Right.
yo, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
right.
That I've had a
That's
similar
crazy.
experience to that. I brought some weed from California on this trip to Chicago,
Okay.
and word got out that I had California weed, and I
Oh,
swear to God, those Chicago people were chasing me down the street.
Yeah,
I had to go stash it in a library. I had to find
that's
some random
that's
book. I was like, "Ugh."
almost the same thing. That's almost the same thing.
It almost is close.
Yeah.
Good weed is almost as good as pussy.
I, that's right.
Yeah, I stopped smoking weed a couple years ago, man. I can't do it anymore.
Right. So
Mm,
I had my white girlfriend. I took to Pakistan, and she had the usual argument, and she thought that this is United States, and she just left the house. And
Ah,
I said, "What are you doing? They're going to, kidnap you or something." And then after like 2 hours, some taxi driver just brought her back. I said, "You see, these are the people you say that they are your enemy. In the they he just brought you back, and you didn't even know where you had to come, but he actually found out."
amen.
Yeah. So and then she was taking pictures of the way we do potty in Pakistan. The hole, that kind of thing, and sending her mother. That I have to shit in this hole for next XYZ days. So yeah, and my mom was in confused, dazed and confused as to what's going on.
Sure.
And but yeah, there was she was buying all these wedding dresses and all. And I said, I'm not marrying you. Why are you buying all these dresses? I just
Somebody.
got you the got you the ring because you were forcing me. And ultimately, I did run away. I did not marry her. So,
Really?
yeah. So I'm kind of Shakespearean in that context. I ran away from 4 marriages. Yeah,
Four?
yeah,
mhm.
yep. And
That is Shakespearean, my boy.
yeah, it is quite.
Or who's that other one? It's like what's it, Lord Baron or something? It's it's very what were those writers called? The Romantics, the
Mm.
Renaissance period, but it's those motherfuckers for real, yeah.
This, we have a historian. We have a resident historian with us. So,
Just
uh,
spoiled for choice.
Mr. Evan is the will be able to.
Oh,
The
romanticism? It's literally the predecessor of fascism. Fascism and romanticism, they're actually
Fetishism or
perfectly in
fascism?
line. It's a through line. And if you like pay attention to some of the
Wait, wait,
art
wait,
that
wait.
the Nazis
We're
and stuff
talking.
produced, it's very romantic in character.
Wow,
I'll look into that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's
wow.
like a deep romanticism, this nationalism, this characterization of things that are like more um, um, uh, like making things bigger than they are, making
Yeah,
things like more
Oh, really?
like
Wow.
I
stylized
totally see
and
that. I totally see that.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, like infatuation with madness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like
Yeah.
the emotional appeal of things as opposed to the intellectual appeal.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Very deep. Yani, that means cajoling the emotional aspects rather than the thought process.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And
Very
it
nice.
appeals to that deep part of people, you know? It goes
Wow.
beyond their
Wow.
brain, it goes to their heart.
That means love is stupidity, right?
I mean, I think of about a balance. I think that, like if you go too far to one side, then you end up with the backlash going back to the other side. And,
Right.
like fascism, it doesn't work. I mean, if the
Right.
Nazis had won, then the whole society would have collapsed because it didn't make any sense. What
That
they
is
were
correct.
doing, what they were trying to do, didn't make any sense. It's
Right.
like this, yeah.
That is right. That I
Yeah.
totally endorse that because I mean, I moved from religion around 2011, 2012, and ever since then, my approach, for example, in today's social media era, it's very hard to find the formula of love or how it used to be in rom-com or otherwise as well. Like you mentioned, the romanticism aspect of it. So it's more like I don't know how to put it in words, but sort of intimacy or fondness on someone, but subscribing to the aspects of romance per se, or emotions, in general, just not in context of even platonic love as well. That becomes kind of start getting away from it. I started getting away from it.
Right. And you find yourself what being more logical?
Yes, that has kind of become troublesome for my partners.
Yeah, I can imagine. I
Yeah,
can imagine. To be
yeah,
logical, like at the core, I feel like I'm not the most religious person, but I am definitely nowhere probably as um close to atheism or, I don't know, far from the church or kind of religious ideology as you.
hmm,
And I feel like to deal with people in a productive and efficient way, you have to you can't be too logical.
it becomes.
People are inherently devoid of logic
But
at their core.
exactly, and that exactly coming back to the point what Evan is saying, it then becomes hard to proceed, pragmatically into anything like
Yeah,
whether work,
I know.
whether
I could totally see that. I
yeah,
mean, I remember, you meet people in life who are like, they don't want kids. They don't plan on getting married. They
yeah,
just want to make money,
hmm,
enjoy life,
right, right,
travel,
right,
be themselves, maximize their experience.
right.
And I don't see a problem with that at all. That's, to each his own. But that being said, I feel like on some level it will always meeting someone like that and experiencing and witnessing that person genuinely, I feel like it can be no matter what, it can always be a little bit unsettling. No matter how realized or actualized or comfortable you are with yourself, meeting
Uh-huh.
someone like that can always be a little bit unsettling
Yes,
because it's like they've stepped outside of some kind of matrix.
right. That is so.
As much as I'm not that person
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
myself,
No, no, I
and
totally.
I don't think it's that deep, but I think it can feel like that
Right.
because um these are things that you're leaving back things that have been for so long inherent to the human experience.
Yes, absolutely. And psychology as well.
Yeah, man. Like what is,
Yeah.
you got you're supposed to want, even if you don't want to make kids, you know, you may want a partner, but you
Hmm.
don't want a partner for love. You
Right.
want a partner for experience maximization,
Yes.
right?
Right.
And that can just seem a little bit devoid of humanity.
Right.
But it's not in reality, because everyone's a person and it takes everybody to make the world spin, you know? It
Yeah.
takes everybody for us to be everybody.
Right. I mean, in
A
my
couple
case,
quotes that I use about this. I say that humanity needs the type of perspective that can only come from a saber-toothed tiger eating your children.
What'd you say? Say that again?
Humanity needs the type of perspective that can only come from a saber-toothed tiger eating your children, because that is the conditions that we evolved under. And when you can't celebrate the fact that there's no saber-toothed tigers anymore running around trying to eat your kids,
Yeah,
then it's very difficult to be happy
that is
because we don't have anything pressing against us on the other side.
fuck.
Mm.
Wow, wow,
And
wow.
then,
Well said.
like, something that maybe explains it a little bit better is that humans aren't rational, they're rationalizing.
Oh
They will
wow.
always rationalize the circumstances that surround them as being correct or the right way to be.
Right.
Or, yeah, no
Right.
matter what surrounds you, if you surround yourself with goodness and happiness, eventually you'll become accustomed to it and it will be neutral to you.
That is
And
right.
if you don't have anything on the upper end to ascend to, then you'll never be able to be happy.
Absolutely.
That you end up with pedophiles in positions of extreme power because they're looking for the next experience because
Yeah.
they can't, they're already on a yacht.
Right. Right. But in my case, I've had all these experiences, like as in terms of kids and family and whatever. And
Yeah.
in terms of manifestation, being a pragmatic, I plan out things and I achieve it. And in lines what Kyle is saying is that I people want to lose control, like they
Yeah.
don't want to be like well planned out and strategy and planning something and achieving it, and then what, like Evan is saying that you when
I
you
disagree with what Evan's saying a little bit. Like, I don't think anything, like, I think what Evan is saying is absolutely true, but I don't think it's as much of a steadfast rule because I feel like there is peace to be found,
yes,
right? As much as I saw a quote the other day, it was some culture's proverb, of, or maybe it was a quote. Happiness is being happy is just not wanting to be happy,
yes,
right? So happiness is just the lack of seeking happiness or the
yes,
absence of seeking
Mm.
happiness.
yes, yes,
And there is a way to find contentment,
yes.
you know,
Hmm.
without, needing another high, another high, and another high.
And what
Um,
Evan is saying, the way I access it is, or the way I activate is that I access an experience and I achieve it and I have fun, and then I come out of it, because you cannot be in have 7 days weekend. However, at the same time, I like Evan is saying that the next level, it doesn't have to be next level. It has to be a similar experience in a different domain and at a different time. Like for example, if I enjoy XYZ comedian, then I look up on YouTube. There is something else of in a different direction. So it's the same experience happening over and over again, and sometimes it is good and sometimes it is not as good, which is very realistic.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it
and
has
it's not
doesn't have to
easy.
be next level. Yeah.
And
But
it's not easy to escape that bug. I know for myself, I tell my friends all the time, I need a handler. I need a handler or some kind of person help because God willing, I have a good show. I mean, like almost every time let's say I go and I crush, which is quite often,
Mhm.
I don't know what to do. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
I'm going. I need. If I have a good show, I leave that place.
Right.
We need to go out now. We
Yes.
need to go out. I need to get.
There's an after party. Yeah.
I need drugs.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
be up till what in the morning.
Yes.
It can't stop. And
Exactly.
it's like it's just
It's a
unsustainable.
celebration and it's a reward of your achievement.
Yeah, but not
Yeah,
really.
same thing for when it ends. It's like I feel like I just fell off a cliff. You know.
And it's not even a reward. It's not a reward. It's not
Okay.
good.
Hmm.
Why not?
It's
Just have
at a
fun.
certain
Just
point
go crazy in the night, and in the morning, just take rest and reboot.
because that's not what it's not a reward. It's a perversion. A
You're
reward.
you're again, that's the problem of religious mindset. Guilty for everything.
No, no. It's not. I don't feel guilty of. It's not like I feel guilty like, oh, this is wrong and people shouldn't do this.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
It's more so like literally, it's not good for me. Like I know
Why not?
for a fact, it'd be I. my life would like X, Y, and Z things would go better if I
So
more
that
often, maybe not
that's
all the time, but more often would just go home, drink, make some tea, and
boring.
maybe go to sleep.
That's boring.
Because
But that's boring.
I
The
want to
thing
take care
is,
of my body. I want
why
to take
can't
care of
you
my body.
why can't you have lots of fun, do lots of drugs, and then in the morning you take rest and know your limits and enjoy it and get
I
out of
have
it.
it because it's a lot of nights. You know, today's a Monday. I'm gonna go do some work tonight.
Right.
If I feel like my jokes are gonna go crazy tonight, I gotta be in the office tomorrow.
Right.
You know, I can't be out till 4 a.m. tonight, no matter how much, no matter how good my jokes might do, and how
Right.
much I want to go to some bar after and drink my ass away. I want to lose weight.
Right.
I can't keep drinking. You know, it's as much as it might feel like a reward,
Mhm.
or you might consider it that it's in reality for me and for a lot of people, it's going to be a particular thing. But I'm using myself as an example. The access in response to success is more of a perversion as opposed to a genuine reward. A genuine reward for me would be going home and taking better care of myself
No.
as opposed to just giving
You're,
myself the things I
you're an
want.
entertainer. It has to have lots of see, this is the problem with morality and guilt. You can have
It's
things
no
in
guilt.
limits.
It's not guilt as
For
much as it
example,
is
if you are
just
not
knowing the
going till
better.
4, if you are not going till 4, you can live longer in 1 hour and have more fun, to make it 1, make it 12.
Yeah,
Why
but
it has
as an
to be?
entertainer, I got this way from being an only child in New York for maybe at least 26 years.
Mhm.
Like I have lived a couple lives.
Okay.
I think when I speak about your set to other people, I thought it was so impressive how it felt like you have led so many lives, from where you come from to where you are to the things you say to what you believe. I
Mhm.
feel like it must have been such a nuanced experience
Yeah.
to get to where
Mm.
you are.
So just
And I know myself, I've lived a lot, and it's not to say I'm done, and it's not to say I don't want to party anymore. That is not what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But I'm funny.
Yeah.
I can chill.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can go home
That's
and take a nap.
you
I do
just
not
you just
need to
said something
go.
about happiness. Happiness is just like being with a partner. If you are with the right person, you don't have to have a struggle, you don't have to push. It's just there. So same is about happiness. If you are happy, I think with the passage of time, what I learned is that it's more about your hormones. It's more about your cellular energy. It's more about the supplements you eat, the protein you drink. So you are inherently feeling high. I mean, like, for example, I don't do drugs. I never did drugs, and I never felt the need to do it. And it is exactly the same way the happiness has to do with your internal mindset. What do you say?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that moots most of your argument right there because you're telling me I'm feeling guilty, and I'm saying I got addictions.
Zen Buddhism has a lot of access here too. Like, like what's the sound of one hand clapping or the tree falls in a forest? It's about accessing that direct experience of not seeking happiness, of that true neutrality in that way. My favorite is a man is the room that he is in right now.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
What?
A
I mean,
man is the room he is in right now.
like we are our environments basically.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right.
I mean, I totally endorsed that because the first time I went to Europe and I landed in Germany, I was like, this is a different state of mind, not a just different state. It's
Travel does that, man. I remember when I went to Oakland, I was like, because I'm like, oh yeah, Oakland. I want to go to Oakland, see the bay.
yeah.
And I go there, and I remember walking down some street, and it's like 2 p.m. in California, so a beautiful day. And I see a guy breaking into a car just on the side of the street, like broad day, busy street, just hacking into some car. And we make eye contact, and he like looks me down. And I was just thinking, I'm like, you know, I love the hood, but this isn't my hood, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's just I'm basically some white guy here.
That's right. That's right.
You
Just
know?
like Richard Pryor first time went to Africa. Have you heard that bit?
No.
Oh my God. Or this guy, the Family Feud guy. He once first time when he went to Africa, his experience.
Steve Harvey?
Yes, Steve Harvey. Yeah, yeah. So there are bits of it on Apple Music, and
Yeah, I'll check
it's
it out.
amazing. He said that no, I know I want to go back to America. What
Did
should
you
I?
just mix up Richard Pryor and Steve Harvey?
Yes, yes. I
I
mean,
bet.
I'm
I
talking about
bet.
the stand-ups. These are their bits about visiting Africa.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Two of them. Two of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I imagine that would be the same thing.
Both
One of
are,
my
by the way,
big
both are
goals.
Sagittarians.
They're both
Oh,
what, vegetarian?
Sagittarian.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think about these Japanese tourists when they visit Paris, France,
Uh-huh.
having mental breakdowns because of their expectations for the city, totally mismatching what their actual lived experience is.
Yeah.
And they just can't mentally handle it. They have mental breakdowns. It's like a
Hey, is
consistent,
it
it's
too
a
good or is
syndrome.
it too bad?
Probably too bad.
Is it too bad, Evan?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like kind of the trash in the streets or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever, because they have a
Same here.
Japanese interpretation
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
it. Like,
Absolutely.
I was thinking about these holes in the floor in Pakistan and
Right.
thinking, I
Yeah,
wonder for Japanese people, is
yeah,
it the same thing when they come to America?
yeah,
I was thinking if
To
it's the
them,
same.
our toilets are like holes in the floor.
yeah. I mean, America is much better, but Paris, I totally agree, is the probably the dirtiest place I have ever seen after Johannesburg.
Really?
Yeah.
Dirtier than New York?
Oh, New York is nothing. I saw the only place in the world I saw a guy standing on the street, put his pant down and start shitting, on the sidewalk, standing.
It's so funny because
Lunatic guy.
India gets all those jokes.
Yes, and
People talk about India like that's
India is
what India
dirty.
is.
India is dirty. You smell shit because there are cows and these stables everywhere. But number one on the list is Johannesburg. Number two, Paris, and number three is probably India. Yeah.
Johannesburg. Wow.
Oh my God, it's so dirty. I didn't
Yeah,
know that smell could be so smelly.
I gotta travel, man. I gotta travel.
Yeah. I mean, Johannesburg is
Yeah, just
great.
aligning your expectations with the actual experiences.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
And
man.
it's so much, if your expectations are so low, then anything can be great, anything can be amazing. But
Oh
when you have
yes.
these high expectations, it's just so sad.
And then
Yes.
I'm never a tourist, I'm never going for the monuments, I'm more so just want to do like a sex tour down
Same here.
East
Yeah.
Africa,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
If you want a sex tour, you got to go to Thailand.
Nah,
You probably won't come back.
nah. I don't want to poop on anybody, man.
No, 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 no. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that. I mean, they are proud of their sex tourism.
Hey, man, God bless them. God bless them. Everybody should be.
I mean,
I know you can't visit Thailand without people accusing you of being a pedophile. Like, yeah, even if they
You know what
don't
I'm
do it
saying?
outwardly, that's
not
what they're going to
really.
say behind your
You can't
back.
even visit
Not really.
Thailand without people being like, "What did you do?" Like,
Really, not really. I mean, I have lived there for a long time, and
Oh no! Oh
I
oh
never,
yeah,
I did
shocking,
encounter, I did
shocking.
encounter.
Would never believe.
no!
I
No,
never
it's a
believe that
perception.
Dr.
The
Haku has
Satanist,
spent
the
time
swinger
in
Satanist.
Thailand.
It's a perception basically, and I have heard and read stories of pedophiles and being over there, but I never saw anyone recruiting an underage girl or or anybody caught because I saw photo.
I promise you, Doc, this is not the the this doesn't sound the way you think it sounds.
Yeah, I mean, again in America, yeah, maybe, but in Australia and England, it's totally a
I
different thing.
was there. They were always talking about these pedos, but I
Where were
didn't
they?
see
Where were
any
you there?
pedos.
No, I saw on the news. What I'm saying is that I did see in the news, and
Yeah.
that's not even.